Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again to another edition of the Grown and Saved Collective. I got a very, very special treat. The one, the only, the homie, the legend, Zonte, Mr. God Taught Me, is in the building. What's up, homie?
I appreciate you having me, man. God first, God first. I'm grateful to be out here in the H.
Amen, amen. In the H, all the way from Tampa, Florida. Tell me something, man. How you loving our great city?
Bro, Houston is the spot. I tell people this all the time. This home away from home, and anytime I do any kind of show, I always make sure that I at least try to have this be one of the last two or three, if not the finale like it is this time. Because this is my spot, man. I love y'all here.
Hey, ain't no energy like some H-Town energy. We're going to have to make sure we take
telling
you
you.
down to the Turkey Leg Hut before you leave or something. I'm just saying,
ready.
if you haven't already had it.
Man, no, I have not, bro.
Come on,
Usually
all right.
I come in, I do a show, and I dip out. I got to get some food,
You
man.
gotta get some food. Turkey Leg Hut is definitely the spot. But yo, let's talk. I just found out a little earlier that you get it on the court. Like,
Yes, sir.
You got a little history on the court, man. What's going down? We're gonna have to get a game in. Tell me about that, man. You still
I'm
ball?
gonna tell you that always, man. I'm gonna tell you, quarantine was rough because they took a lot of the rims down in the beginning, and like in inside and outside courts. So my shot's a little rustier than it has been, but I'm nice with it. I say that much. I don't brag on the game. I'll just play somebody. We'll see what happens.
It's like riding a bike, man. When you got it, you got it. Now, I brag for you though. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I don't care how rusty I get. That shot ain't going away, man.
Yes, sir.
Speaking of balling, speaking of hooping, you got a new joint on the record called "I'm Winning." It's got a lot of energy, super fire. Tell me a little bit about that record and what winning looks like to you.
Bro, so honestly, one of the things that's dope about that, like I said, I always hooped, I always play sports, I'm super competitive. So I'm always thinking like, I'm in love with the grind. That sounds like cliche, but for real, I love music and I love like videos and podcasts, anything that's gonna help me stay super locked in. So when I make a song like that, I'm literally thinking of the person who's trying to stay focused, trying to stay locked in. And what better way to get them in that place than get them in that mode where they feel like they got the victory? Because for me, a lot of my insecurities and a lot of pain and stuff have made me feel like kind of apologetic about my gifts and apologetic of who I was. And I had to realize, man, God called me to be who I'm called to be, just like he does for each of us. I have to feel good about the victory that I'm getting because I know it's a team win. It's not just me anyway. So that's why it's we winning, because it's like, we doing this as a squad, bro.
That's deep, bro. That's deep. No, I definitely feel the energy. It's definitely one of them joints I could put on right before I hit the gym,
Yes,
right
sir.
before you hit the court, like wherever you going, or in my case, right before I get the kids ready for bed. I got 5 kids, bro.
I feel you, bro. I'm the oldest of 7. I know bedtime is a move.
Man, I be winning every time I wake up in the morning. Nah, man, it's super dope. It's super dope. It's super fire. You mentioned something about your insecurities, right? And the record, the new record, you went from God Taught Me, which was fire, talking about millions and millions of streams, and you just dropped a really, really powerful record, like super emotional, something that actually kind of like brought me to tears a couple times. And that's hard. The only song that's ever made me cry was like Song Cry, Jay-Z, all right?
Wow, man.
And this one.
What?
All right?
I'm on the
And
list.
so, yeah, you on the list, bro.
Dang.
You on the list. But tell me
That's
a little bit
God.
about that record, where the inspiration came from, and why you think it's resonating so well with so many.
Yeah, so this whole album, man, honestly has been different for me because a lot of people don't realize, because a lot of it was behind the scenes. God Taught Me dropped, and a couple other songs dropped, 2017. Everybody's like, who's this kid? What's going on? And then for 2 years almost, I was silent. There was so much behind the scenes, and there were so many things that I was walking through personally, business-wise, in the label world, and management, and all of the different processes that got me to that point. And this record is like, and I'll talk about it more as you know, we go on, but like this record was my heart, the things I had walked through. I'm Sorry wasn't even supposed to be written. We were in another session. We took a break because we were like getting writer's block, and we pulled out like guitar, keyboard, just started messing around. And bro, I have the voice memo. The whole thing was a freestyle. Really? Kid you not. God showed up. We felt the atmosphere shift. I believe that he wants to move with his people, bro. And we were just like, okay, God, you take the lead. Whole thing was a freestyle. Like, you need to know that you matter, that I'm proud of you. You have a purpose. And we all, there was 3 of us in the room. Everybody was crying because we started to imagine our broken moments. And in the moments of, I've heard some insane stories from people who listen to the music. And I also know some insane stories from people who I love, I care about personally. And it's just when we were doing this song, like that voice memo, I saw those things. I saw those moments. I was like, this song is for them. Anybody who listens to it, that song is directly for you. It's not for a group of people. It's written for you because that's God saying your identity. You matter. He's proud of you. And you have a purpose. And we went back, and after a couple sessions, we literally like just replicated what happened on the Voice Memo, man. That's how that song came to be. And that's why I feel like people are resonating with it, because it's God talking to them. I'm just a conduit. I'm in the way.
I'm so glad you shared that, bro. To find out that was a freestyle, like straight Holy Spirit type moment, in the right moment, right time. Talk about alignment and being in the right position to be used, and then smart enough to know we need to capture this moment to share it with the world, bro. I'm so great from one person. You know, I'm sure you're getting testimonies and stories from so many, but just from one person, I got to tell you, thank you for actually making it happen.
Oh God, bro, I'm grateful for you and everybody who's chosen to listen to that song, because
I can't wait to hear it. I can't wait to hear it live, bro.
Dope.
I can't wait to hear it live.
It's gonna be an emotional moment. I have not done it yet where I don't like get emotional.
I can't cry in front of my homies though. I can't cry. I can cry in the car when I'm driving. You know what I'm saying, by myself. But you know,
dust in here, man. Yeah.
Nah, I might let a few go. We'll
see what happens, man.
The new record though, the whole record, Fire 334. Tell me a little bit about why you chose to title the record 334.
This album is my pain and my triumph. It's whether it's a song like Winning, where I'm stepping into like, yo, I feel confident in who I am. Exactly. Or I'm Sorry, which is a song like, man, the brokenness, the pain, the story, whatever you walk through. I believe strongly that the heart of this album is you have a story only you can tell and a gift that only you can give. And 334 was actually because I started to realize when I was going through the worst season of my life, where I just didn't even want to be alive, being vulnerable, like I was just in the dark. I would always be looking at the clock, and it would always be like 3:34 a.m., and I hadn't slept, and I had just been depressed, and I've been hurting. And then when I switched, when God, and I talk about this on the record, I talk about this, I'll say it tonight, but when the shift happened and God kind of helped me get through that moment, I was in grind mode. And I was getting up at 3:34 a.m. and running and grinding and making songs. And so I noticed, first of all, on the clock that was something specific. Second of all, number 34, the symbolism with 34 has always been there. We could talk more about that too if we got the time. But 34 has always meant something to me. And I noticed that when I Googled this, bro, I was like, okay, 334, I feel like that's the title. It just feels like it speaks on my seasons that I've been through. And then I looked it up just to make sure there was nothing negative. Because you never know what's tied to it. Bro, first 10, 12 Google results are all one thing, John 3:34. And to paraphrase, that verse is basically God calls the one that he's called to speak his word through his spirit. That's what I'm doing. That's what each of us are supposed to be doing. Speaking what God has given us through his spirit. So that's the meaning of the title for me. And there's a lot more symbolism that we could dive into.
Man,
bro,
tons.
Everything is intentional that we do, bro.
Your boy is 34. I know I'm not supposed to date the interview,
Yo.
but it happens to be 34.
Bro, this is your year, man.
You know what I'm saying?
34, ready for more. Let's go. I'm telling you what.
Let's get it. Man, let me tell you something, man. You talk about a lot of the pain, the struggle. You talk about the victories, the triumphs. You hit the scene early, right?
17 years old, man.
We've seen a lot of people who've hit the scene early. I'm not going to list or name any names, and transition in front of the public, right? Like grow up and mature, and you've clearly done that well. Tell us a little bit about the struggle behind that, like being exposed to the public and popularity and fame so early, and then having to do you have to reinvent yourself? Like, what are some of the pressure that comes along with that, bro?
Yeah, so I started off in 2017. I had gone through hard times. I kind of came up from a struggle in my own personal life and went through. I have like two testimonies, because my first testimony was me figuring out, okay, I'm not going to run with these dudes and do this stuff to impress them and let opinions dictate my decisions. I'm going to stand up and stand out, be different in order to make a difference. That was the moment where I started, okay, I'm going to make music as Zonte, because I started when I decided to be authentic. Authenticity is culture currency. And so...
Hold on. Say that one more time, man. Somebody missed that. That went over somebody's head.
Authenticity is culture currency. If you're authentic, they may love it, they may hate it, but they'll respect it.
Come on.
So when I realized that, I started to say, okay, in my music, to reach these dudes, I'm going to try and what do I got to do to get noticed? I'm trying to make sure my mom don't got to cry no more. I'm trying to make sure that my people are good. And I'm working 9 a.m. till midnight, and I'm making beats from 1 a.m. till 4 a.m. every day. I want to make this music thing work. So, bleached hair, pink shirt, the boys out at the beach doing the God Taught Me joint, right? 17. It starts working. My goal was 25,000 views. That was like, oh, if we hit that would be insane. That's what it did first week. I'm looking at that like, oh my goodness, God wants me to be doing this for real. So we're in the pocket. And I have these powerful moments, bro. I have the distinct memory. My favorite thing that we've ever done, 2018, May, I'm still independent. I'm doing my thing. We've been talking to labels. We've been working in the business side. I go out into Montgomery, Alabama, in the middle of the inner city. We do 3 public high schools, 3 public middle schools. The area was rough, so the like principals were like, you can even preach the gospel. So we're getting people saved in these moments, in these schools. We take it to an assembly on Saturday night, and God like is having me speak to these people, super specific stuff where like I'm reading their mail and they're just, people are getting saved left and right. Even at the Walmart, we're getting snacks after the restaurant, after the show, the hotel. Right, Walmart, I'm telling you. But even in that moment, we prayed with the dude to get saved in the Gatorade aisle. So it's like, right, all of that. I'm coming off this high, like, yo, God is using this. The music's working. And then pause. Everything froze for 2 years, less than 5 songs. And I got no music that's dropping, and now I'm in this moment of identity. Who am I? I can't drop anything even if I want to right now. No fault of any individual, but just getting the foundations right, going through the process, figuring out who and what and when and how. Now it's like, okay, well, who am I then on social media? My look, my sound, like, what am I as a person? And then almost conforming to negative insights and negative input to change. Well, you have to have your hair like this, and you gotta dress like this, and you can't say this, this, and this, and you can't be yourself because somebody might be threatened by it. And if you act like this, I'm gonna walk out. And it's all this stuff, bro. And I lost all of my confidence. I had so much insecurity. I second guessed every decision, and that was for 2 years, man. The nonstop. 2019, I started to kind of get into grind mode, and I started to try and separate. But when you're talking about like, how does the whole starting at 17, how am I still, one, faithful to like following God, and 2, how am I like, you know, my look, my sound now? It was a long, long process. But what I realized, I'm going to talk about this tonight, my pain wasn't part of me.
Yeah.
And if my pain isn't part of me, that means that there's hope.
Come on.
You have 2 fears when you're born. Fear of heights, fear of loud noises. For real, scientifically,
Don't forget
bro.
The fear of spiders.
I'm telling, listen, man, that's case by case, bro. But like for real, the study shows those are the ones that are in part of you, right?
Yeah, no, straight up.
So, what does that mean? It means that every other fear, insecurity, doubt, any trauma, any problem that you face, it's not part of you. It was put there.
Exactly.
And if it was put there, then that means someone can take it away. The moment when I found my freedom was when God showed up and said, hey, I was moving in your ministry. I was moving in what you were doing. And instead of leaning into it, you got afraid and you stepped back. You still talked about me, but you didn't follow me where I was leading. That's hard to say on camera, bro. I've been talking about that. That's a conviction.
Real and it's authentic.
Bro, I'm telling you, man. When I realized, okay, God first is the priority all the way, and we figured, like, this was recent. We figured out how are we going to get to these cities? How are we going to get these songs right on this album? How am I going to fight for who I'm called to be and not get influenced by opinions? That's how I can still be in the game, have my sound that's me now, have my look, my feel, my messaging that's all authentic, and have the courage to go forward and do it because I know that it's not on me. It could fail, it could succeed, but at the end of the day, I put that on God, that's him.
Ooh, man.
That's the 3-year recap, bro. That's what brought us to this moment.
I want to go on so many different tangents and different directions right now. You have no idea, especially the whole identity joint. I know you got some crazy fans who going to beat down the door in just a second, so I got to make sure you get to them in a timely manner.
Bro, I'm happy
but just to hear about like even stuff like identity and race, but we could talk. We can set this up another time. I promise you. But I got 3 very strategic questions I got to ask.
I'm very ready for your very strategic questions. Let's go.
Right, cool. So you got another
Q's,
record.
I got A's.
You got another record on the record, or another joint on the record. It's called "Die for You." All right.
That's my baby.
It's called "Die for
You." Now,
correct me if I'm wrong, but it kind of alludes to another human being. If I'm not mistaken, is there a twinkle in the eye, a significant other somewhere out there that we don't know, that you know what I'm saying, like, spill the tea?
So I'm going to tell you this. Die for You, actually, believe it or not, and it's going to, I think, okay, 2 things about Die for You. One, I want it to be applicable to wherever you're at.
Yeah.
So I wrote it where each verse is kind of structured more in the way that you would talk to. 1 is like somebody who supported you. 2 is like more to like a friend or an intimate relationship. And then 3 is like to your creator. I wrote that song as a prayer because I used to sit outside. I was Publix, Bayshore Boulevard out in South Tampa. You go to where the rich people live at and deliver groceries for the tip. And I was out there working 9 a.m. till midnight. and I would have my dinner break where I would just kind of sit out by these
Dinner
picnic
break.
tables.
Listen, hold on. He didn't say lunch break. He said dinner break.
I'm telling you, man.
That's the grind.
I have memory of this, bro, locked in. I went back when we went to Florida.
Yeah.
We went back and I just sat there and I looked at the skyline and I remembered why I'm here and what brought me to this point. I would sit there and I would look at the stars up in the Tampa sky and I would just pray, God, please let this work. Please let this work. I was seeing people around me fall. People get locked up. People pass away. I was seeing people who were dead for years because they died in their mind and they stopped trying to be who they were called to be. And that's heartbreaking to see people sleepwalk around you. There's so many people around us that we love and we care about, but they've been sleepwalking for decades because they already believed the lie that they can't be who they're called to be. And die for you is my moment of, God, I don't care about my fear, my insecurity. I don't care about the risk. I'm going to make the conscious decision to say, I'm going all in. I'm all in. Because if you don't have something to die for, you won't have anything to live for.
Come on.
You have to find something worth dying for. So that was, God, I'm willing to die for you because everything I've been through has brought me to this point.
So
that's what the heart of that song was.
2024, Zonte's running for president. Because did y'all notice how he dodged my question?
Like, listen, listen, man. No,
that was the deepest answer, though.
Bro,
let me tell you something. That was
I'm
the
a
deepest
deep
answer.
person, bro. There is nothing unintentional. Yes, I got a girl. My baby's here. She flew in to be here with me, bro. That's wifey. That's wifey. No, shout out my girl Nana.
Ladies? He's taken.
Bro, I am taken.
Yeah.
I am. But God has a man that He has specially for you. He's waiting. No, I'm serious though. Hey, listen, be praying it in because I'm telling you, when you mess around and try to figure it out on your own, you're gonna mess up with some crazy people. So I thank God that He brought her to me. She flew out to be here tonight, here in Houston.
I love it, man. I love it. Well, we gotta wrap this thing up before we go, man. I just want to know two things. One, do we see a Von Juan Zonte collab coming anytime soon? Like that's just my personal request. I'm just saying.
Bro,
like,
listen,
the hero
man.
of hooks.
The hero of hook, bro. Get at me. I'm telling you, come down to Nashville, we'll work, bro. Let's get it in. I'm telling you.
I love it, man. I love it.
Gotta hit my line, dog.
Man, last but not least, every time we have somebody come hang out with us, I just gotta know, man, because we all about grown and saved, and you know it's a different generation.
That's a dope title, by the way.
Hey, I'm just saying, you know,
I rock with the movement, man.
Come on, let's go. So I gotta know, just from hearing that phrase, grown and saved, what does it mean to you?
Wake up. That's what it means to me. Because I was saved, but I wasn't grown. And then there's been moments where I was grown, but I wasn't saved. Because sometimes you gotta,
that stings a little bit.
You gotta grit your teeth, and I will get it out the mud.
Yeah,
I'm grown right now. I'm taking care of my business, put my people on my back.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
But I wasn't focused on the kingdom, and so I was running in place. Then there was moments where, yes, God, I praise you, I love you, I trust you. But He gave me gifts and opportunities, and I was chilling. You have to have them both together. Grown and saved. You got to man up, woman up. You got to muscle up. Be who you're called to be, because all of us have what? Stories only we can tell, gifts only we can give. So that's wake up and live on purpose. Because if you don't live your life's going to live you. You don't want to wake up in 50 years from now and regret all of your decisions that you could have made. Grown and saved, bro, is saying, I choose to trust that God has a plan for me, and I'm going to execute. My favorite Bible verse that I read every morning.
Let's hear it.
1 Corinthians 15:10. But whatever I am now, it is all because God poured out His special favor on me. Not on a group of people, but individual favor that only you got. Catch this. Not without results. You got to have the results, bro, because when He gives you the favor, it's your job to execute.
Execute.
Telling you, man.
Execute.
Be grown and saved. Let's go.
Grown and saved is going down.
God first, the movement.
Man, Zonte, the movement. 334. Make sure you cop the record. Yo, bro, I appreciate you.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you
having
coming
me, bro.
out.
All
it's
love,
going down.
all love.
Kill it. Let's
the jacket
go.
is nice too, man. You look clean the whole
like
time.
you, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, God first. He gets all the glory. Grateful to be here with y'all.
Let's go, man.
Z.